It's come down to the final day for the relegation battle. No team has been relegated yet from the Championship to League One. It's all come down to match week 46. We know who's going to be in the Premier League next season, all but one team. The playoffs are confirmed. But which order? Who will be playing who? Brentford have already got third place, but 3 teams still yet to decide their places. Predictions coming right up. First game to predict could have been an absolute cracker if Swansea did keep up the pace on Watford. It's not, however. It's sort of a pre-season game for the Swans for the playoffs, and Steve Cooper has said that Mark Geehee and Andre Ayew will be involved in Saturday's game, which, you know, it's good because Ayew recently has been missing a few games, but Steve Cooper is saying in his press conference he needs the minutes, basically, saying he's ready for the playoffs. Coming up against a Watford side with the best home records in the league this season, which is fabulous for them. And they are in the Premier League now for next season, which is brilliant. Can't wait for Ben Foster's Cycling GK videos. But score prediction this game, Watford weren't at a good level against Brentford, to be honest. They did lose 2-0 in that game. And I think they're going to lose to Swansea as well. 2-1. I say 2-1 to the Swans. Blackburn against Birmingham next up. It's a nothing game coming into the final day. Most of these are nothing games apart from the big games at the bottom and the teams in playoffs. For this game though, I can see Birmingham getting a result against Blackburn. I think they're going to win it 2-1. Bournemouth against Stoke. Now this is going to be interesting because last season, final day, Forest fans, I know, I'm so sorry I keep reminding you of it. Next season I promise I won't mention it as much. So yeah, that's the that's the catch. But against Bournemouth, Stoke helped us out in the final day last season. I think they can do it again with helping us not get Bournemouth. Let's hope so. Hope we do not get Bournemouth in the playoffs, because I'm not going to be very happy if we get Bournemouth. I'm not going to be confident at all. But Bournemouth, now they haven't scored, and I think it's 2 or 3 games, which is brilliant for Swans. I was going to say a 0-0 draw for this score prediction, but I'm going to chuck a few goals in there. But I think it's going to be a draw, 1-1. Next up, we do have Bristol against Brentford. Now, Millwall keeper Balkowski actually said after the Bristol game last week that Bristol are the worst team we've played this season, or along the lines of that. I don't really want to put words in his mouth, but yeah, along the lines of that, he said something like that, and said basically that they've already gone on their summer holidays. So if that same Bristol team start again, I can only see Brentford winning it. Ending the season in 3rd place, it's guaranteed. No one can go higher than them. They can't go higher, or they can't go lower. Basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, and I think they're going to end the season in style into the playoffs. I think they're going to win 3-0. Next up is a really big game at the bottom of the Championship. It's Cardiff against Rotherham. Cardiff, they could have been down there themselves if Mick McCarthy didn't work his magic. But they, at one point, could have been in the playoffs, but that didn't quite go to plan. They just fell a little bit short of consistency. Rotherham, they did draw to Luton 0-0 in midweek, only getting a point, so they really do need to rely on, I think it's Sheffield Wednesday and Derby to draw, and then Rotherham win. I think that keeps them up on goal difference, so it's going to be really, really tight on the final day, guys. But plan on going live for it from 12. Probably go live from about 12 o'clock on Saturday. 30 minutes of match build up, and then just watch final score or something, or Soccer Gillette, and then just keep you updated with the scores, see what happens as it happens. So that's going to be interesting. For a score prediction in this game though, I think Rotherham will fight till the end, and I think Cardiff are going to score 2 goals in the first half. Rotherham are going to come back second half, score in the 79th minute, and the 90 plus 8th minute to draw 2-2, and maybe that's enough to keep them up. Who knows? Barnsley against Norwich is the next one. Now, this one could be an unheard of prediction, but over recent games with each other, it has been Barnsley have been beating Norwich 1-0. That's the exact prediction I'm going to go for here. Barnsley, they could go up themselves. It'll be Norwich lifting the trophy this weekend, of course, against Barnsley. But Barnsley, of course, if they get this win and Bournemouth drop points, and they will be playing Swansea in the playoffs, they'll be 5th, and then Bournemouth drop them to 6th. So that'll be interesting, of course. And I'm going to say Barnsley are going to win this one 1-0 at home to end the season on a positive going into the playoffs. Next game is the biggest game of the match week, of potentially the month, or even the season. It's Derby against Sheffield Wednesday. The season has come down to this for both teams. All Derby needs to do is not lose. If Sheffield Wednesday win, they're staying up. It's as simple as that, guys. And I got a really accurate, specific prediction for this one. I think what am I on about? I think Derby will go 1-0 up. Then Sheffield Wednesday will make it 1-1. Sheffield Wednesday then make it 2-1 before half time. Second half, then both teams not going to know where to go for it or not. Derby are going to score on the 75th minute. Think they've got survival. And then in the 90 plus 9th minute, it's going to be Jordan Rhodes, if he plays. He's going to get a header and score to keep Sheffield Wednesday up and have a Sheffield Derby next season. That's the prediction. So gone for 3-2 Sheffield Wednesday. If that happens, just remember where you heard it from, guys. Just remember. But yeah, if that happens, absolute scenes now. Jordan Rhodes' header in the 99th minute. It's happening. Next up, we've got Middlesbrough against Wycombe. And Wycombe, if only there was 2 more games left, this one and another one, I do think they could have actually stayed up. Unfortunately, they need a massive goal swing and all results to go their way. They need Rotherham to lose, Derby and Sheffield Wednesday to draw, and then they need to beat Middlesbrough 13-0 to stay up. And I just cannot see it happening, guys. I know it's a championship and everything, but I don't think Akinfenwa, I don't think he can score 13 in a goal. In a game, sorry, not in a goal. That's where you're meant to score. But anyway, I think Wycombe are going to go down in style. I think they are going to get 4 goals, but Middlesbrough are going to get 2. I'm going to go for 4-2 Wycombe. They're going to give everything to this. And, apart from supporting your own team this season, I think everyone's second team this season has been Wycombe. Towards the end, the Great Escape could still happen, and it has to be one of the games of the century if it happens. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Wycombe are going to win this one 4-2 on the final day and go down in style. Can't wait to see Wycombe back up in 2 seasons' time. After that, we see Forest going against Preston. It's a nothing game. Forest-Preston this match week. Next season's going to be big for both teams. They haven't had the best of seasons towards the end for Preston. Hasn't been the best. Towards the start, all season really for Forest hasn't been good at all. They've just got the odd win here and there. And points just to get themselves where they need to be to survive. But hopefully next season we see Forest further up the table. But on the final day this season, I can't see them winning, just like last season. you Forest fans are going to hate me for reminding them. It's not going to be as bad as 4-1. It's going to be 2-0 to Preston, in my opinion. QPR Luton. Now this tie next season, I'm calling it. It's going to be maybe even a playoff final. I think these 2 teams next season could be well up there, if not pushing really close to the playoffs. Because this season, from the second half of the season, QPR have been brilliant. Ever since they beat Brentford, they've been brilliant. Luton, they're tough. They're a tough team to play, and if they can keep that going into next season, both teams expand on their squads, they're gonna be right up there next season, both teams. But for a score prediction in this game, I'm gonna back QPR because they're at home. I'm gonna say they're gonna win this one 2-1. Reading against Huddersfield. Now Reading, they just a bit too short for the playoffs. I've heard a lot of news surrounding Reading. Apparently they're something to do with the manager potentially leaving in the summer. Raphael, the goalkeeper, potentially leaving as well. So it's going to be an interesting summer for Reading. As for Huddersfield, they need to sort themselves out for next season. They cannot continue being this bad in the Championship. You know, they come down, what was it, same year Swans come down and Stoke. Stoke and Huddersfield had terrible seasons and Swansea had a decent-ish season. I can't see Huddersfield ending on a high. I can see Reading ending on a high for next season. It's basically a pre-season game for them for next season. I think they're going to win 2-0 against Huddersfield at the Madejski. The final game to predict is Coventry against Millwall. Not the best game to watch, but I think it could actually be an interesting one. I think Coventry are going to score, but Millwall are going to score two more than Coventry. I think Millwall are going to win this one 3-1. I've just recorded the Premier League prediction video, and I put the prediction league at the end of the video, and thought I was going to put it at the start of this video. Forgot to mention it. So on screen now will be what the prediction league is looking like. It is actually quite close towards the top and bottom end of the prediction league. If you haven't already, get your predictions in the comments. It's not over this match week. Even if you're top of the league after this match week, it's not over. We've still got playoff predictions to go. So there's 2 legs, 4, 5 games to go. So that's still 15 points up for grabs. So the table could completely change. So we are doing the prediction league for the playoffs as well. But get your predictions in the comment section down below if you haven't already. What a championship season it's been. On screen now, if all my predictions from this video are correct, and on screen now will be what the league table is looking like come the final whistle on Saturday afternoon. We're hopefully going to be live for it. So if you want to know exactly what's happening in every game, the scoreline, any bookends, anything like that, we'll be able to give it to you, or I'll be able to give it to you on Saturday. It's going to be a brilliant watch-along, heart break for most teams in the relegation battle. Only one able to survive, and we'll be live as it happens. So if you want to be updated for that, we won't be watching any games. I would normally watch the Swansea-Watford game, but it's away, and there's no real point because we've got playoffs. Cannot wait for the playoff streams. I'm also planning on doing a massive long stream if Swansea do go up. So please, please, Swansea, please put everything into these last 3 games after this one. We'll also find out who everyone is playing in the playoffs as well. But thank you very much for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Smash a like if you have enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you in the next video very soon. Take care, guys, and I'll see you soon.